General Lacroix, thank you so much for joining us.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
The theme for this year's International Day of UN Peacekeepers is Fit for the Future, Building Better Together. Can you tell us more about the message behind it?
We are in a world that is uncertain, where we have an increasingly high number of conflicts, and where the nature of conflict themselves is evolving very fast. So we need to adapt, and we need to work together with our partners, with our member states, not only to make what we do better, the peacekeeping operation better, but also to work towards building peace and durable peace.
This day is also about recognizing, honoring, and thanking the people who put their lives on the line in these very difficult situations around the world. I know you traveled to South Sudan a few months ago. Do you have the sense that these peacekeepers realize the importance of their job more now than ever?
Well, I think that the fact that those peacekeepers, the civilians, the military, the police, continue to protect civilians and to try to build peace, and also protect and defend ceasefire in very challenging and difficult circumstances. I think this is really commendable, and that is why it's critically important to pay tribute to them, as well as those peacekeepers who made the ultimate sacrifice serving the UN.
You said so yourself, and we all know that there are more conflicts around the world these days, and very tense situations increasing. How is that impacting current peacekeeping missions?
I think that what is really impacting our peacekeeping mission is, first and foremost, that we have a more divided international community. And the UN, and particularly the UN's role in peace and security, is only as effective and as strong as the unity and commitment of our member states is. And of course, this is something that applies to peacekeeping operations. So we need a stronger and more united membership, not only to support peacekeeping operation, but also, and perhaps more importantly, so to support political efforts towards finding durable solution to this crisis.
The Secretary General outlined a new agenda for peace ahead of the Summit of the Future. How do UN peacekeepers fit into that picture?
Well, the new agenda for peace, as far as peace operations are concerned, says a number of things which are very important. First of all, it says that those operations need, as I was indicated earlier, more united and committed support from member states. Number two, that the mandates that are given to peacekeeping operations need to be focused and prioritized, because peacekeeping is not a magic wand. It cannot, and it never has solved conflict by itself. Peacekeeping is a tool that needs to be put at the service of a collective set of efforts to solve crisis. So mandates need to be prioritized. The number three message is that those efforts that are currently ongoing to improve and adapt peacekeeping on safety and security and digital technologies and increasing the role of women in peacekeeping, planning, performance, all of this needs to continue and even go further what we currently do. I think the number four message is that we need to organize ourselves as a system to better address some of the critical drivers of conflict, such as the role of transnational criminal activities or global terrorism. And the fifth message is about peace enforcement. Peacekeeping is only relevant when it is based on an agreement between the parties, a ceasefire or a more detailed and substantive political agreement. If it's just about sending international troops or forces into a conflict without any kind of political agreement, then it's peace enforcement. Peace enforcement is war. It's not something that the Blue Helmet can do. It's something that others should be doing. And this is why the New Agenda for Peace says that the peace enforcement operation carried out by non-UN entities must be better supported.
There has been a big push in recent years to increase the number of women in peacekeeping operations. I know that is a priority. Can you talk about some of the qualities and assets that women bring in different situations?
Well, first of all, we owe it to the communities that we're serving and supporting, because those communities, by definition, are, 50% women and men, and we need to be reflective. Peacekeeping operation need to be reflective of that reality. We believe that peacekeeping with more women is more effective peacekeeping because it enhances our capacity to build trust, particularly build trust with the communities. And we're seeing that very clearly when we have more women in our uniform components, but also with the civilians. So it's a different way and a more effective one of building trust with communities that are often vulnerable and even traumatized by conflict.
China is the second largest contributor financially to UN peacekeeping operations, about 2,000 personnel on the ground as we speak. Can you talk about China's role and its significance in the big picture?
Yes, China's role is very, very significant and also very constructive and helpful when it comes not only to supporting peacekeeping through financial support, even with some voluntary funding, which are highly appreciated, but also through the men and women, Chinese men and women who are serving in many peacekeeping operations with a high level of professionalism and distinction. But what we also appreciate is the support by China to many initiatives aimed at improving the effectiveness of peacekeeping. And we just mentioned the leading role of China when it comes to safety and security of our peacekeepers, which is critically important. China has been pioneering a Security Council resolution on that topic and is leading a so-called group of friends of safety and security of peacekeepers.
How has the role of peacekeeping evolved and changed over the last 76 years? And what new challenges do you face right now?
I think it's important to highlight that peacekeeping has been dramatically evolving over the last decades, and the models of peacekeeping have been diversifying. But I think we will have to diversify further and to look at not only new models of peace operation, depending on how the various situations are, but also new ways of doing all things. In other words, if we were called today to monitor a ceasefire, then I think how we would do it would be very different from 50 years ago when some of these peacekeeping operations that we still have were created or were adapted.
Under Secretary General, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.